As I walked the charted streets of this familiar oblivion, I recognized nothing but unyielding unconsciousness.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday, June 29th, 2011. That's cool. Today, this video will be on my channel and the New World Defenders channel. So, hello, New World Defenders, and to my channel, thank you to everyone new who has subscribed. And I want to talk a little bit about something that is very crucial in convincing people about the New World Order, and that is the timeline. There is a huge history timeline of the Illuminati, starting all the way back in 1773. So if you can understand some of the major points and explain it to people, it draws a better picture than, you know, just saying 9/11 was an inside job or something like that, something recent. You can, you know, prove that these ideas have been going on for hundreds of years and they've actually been intact for hundreds of years. You can draw a lot better picture. So this is also a good video to probably send to somebody who doesn't know what's going on. And I'm not going to be able to cover everything today at all. This will be just part one. I don't know if I'll do part two and upload it the same night or make the video another day. But we'll see. So this goes all the way back to 1773. Mayor Amschel Rothschild. Rothschild is a big leader in history. He's probably the most powerful family in the world at this point. But he assembled 12 of his friends at this time in 1773 in Frankfurt, Germany, and convinced them that if they all put their resources together, they could rule the world. Just 3 years later, May 1st, 1776, a famous day, May Day. A May Day is definitely a day celebrated by many militaries around the world. Secretly, in celebration of this day in 1776, when Adam Weishaupt, codenamed Spartacus, and the professor at canon law, of canon law, in the University of Germany, established a secret society called the Illuminati. If you don't know anything about the Illuminati, I suggest you go look into it a little bit. It may be very haunting if you don't know what it is, but you know, just take it with a grain of salt. These things do exist. And you can see that it happened this far back and that it's still infiltrating our system today, that it's really here, and there's a lot of evidence to prove it is here today, and it is brighter and in your face more than ever. So this is the day that the Illuminati was created, May 1st, 1776. So this is also where they seeked to establish the New World Order, and some of these goals included abolishing all ordered governments, private property, inheritance, patriotism, the idea of a family, and any religion. Of course, all of these things would bring out a world government. So getting rid of all governments and just putting it into one is that new world order. Abolishing private property, well, I mean, most property isn't private anymore. And I dare you to find a piece of land that isn't owned by somebody. And you may think you own your house, but you don't. There's a good chance you don't. It belongs to the bank if you can't pay the bills. We all know how that works because we saw a lot of it happen in 2008 with the collapse of people who couldn't afford their homes and the banks took them over. Okay, so July 1782, the Order of the Illuminati joins forces with Freemasonry at the Congress of Wilhelmsbad. Of course, Freemasonry is somewhat of a good thing, or it was. A lot of our first presidents were Freemasons. I think actually all of them were. And of course, they're also quoted as to saying that Freemasonry has been under attack and has been taken over by the Illuminati. Of course, this is in the late 1700s, so if we're in 2011 now, you know, who's really in control? Of course, you may watch movies like Angels and Demons, and then they convince you that, or one guy, the main character says that, oh, the Illuminati's been dead for hundreds of years now. And then people go online and say, see, that's, you know, the Illuminati doesn't exist. Lady Gaga's a good person. She's not brain dead. You know, so, whatever. Think what you want, but it's still here. So, it's at this point that Freemasonry, once a good thing, has been taken over, and of course many politicians at this time were Freemasons. In 1785, the Illuminati courier named Lanz is struck by lightning and killed traveling by horseback, where officials then found all of his work with the existence of the Illuminati and plans detailing the coming French Revolution. So they then spent the next few years trying to end this French Revolution from happening, and of course in 1789 they found out that there was nothing they could do about it. The violence erupted in France, the French Revolution came out, and not only did they try to extinguish their own government, they tried to get rid of Christianity from the nation as a whole. That was their plan. So Freemasonry eventually became a presidential issue in the elections. This was in 1796, where John Adams won the election by opposing Masonry, and his son John Quincy Adams warned of the threat to the nation that was proposed by the Masonic lodges. He's quoted as saying, "I do conscientiously and sincerely believe that the order of Freemasonry, if not the greatest, is one of the greatest moral and political evils under which this nation is now laboring." So he says that the Freemasonry, hijacked by the Illuminati, is under control of this nation in 1796. Again, it's 2011 at the time I'm recording this video. In 1797, John Robinson, a professor of natural history at Edinburgh University in Scotland, was tried to be recruited by the Illuminati. He denied and wrote a book called Proofs of Conspiracy. I'd like to find that and read that a little bit. So basically these ideas again are proven to have existed before the 1800s. 1798, George Washington acknowledged that the Illuminati has come to America. He's quoted as saying, "It is not my intention to doubt that the doctrine of the Illuminati and the principles of Jacobism had not spread into the United States. On the contrary, no one is more satisfied of this fact than I am." It's, again, before 1800. 1816, it's a very important year. Congress granted a 20-year charter to the Bank of the United States, which was their first private central bank for this country. Many people think, let me see how much time I have left. Okay, I got a few minutes. I got 3 minutes probably. So this will be the last thing I talk about, but 1816, Congress granted a 20-year charter to the Bank of the United States, our first private central bank. People thought that the Federal Reserve in 1913 was the first, but it is not. This is the one that Thomas Jefferson was quoted as saying, "If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation and then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers once conquered." And if you do a little research, that's exactly what's going on now and will happen in this massive depression to come. I'll talk a little bit about Andrew Jackson in the next video, but this is part 1 of the Illuminati, Freemasonry, New World Order history. I will be doing part 2 soon. Again, my name is Kyle from Love and Solidarity, New World Defenders. Good to see ya. Check out my channel if you like what you hear, and I will talk to you guys soon.